Greetings and welcome, my friends. This is Army of Darkness, our new Golgari deck featuring some of the new cards from Duskmourn. We try to take advantage of the Hauntwoods Shrieker to build up a board and hopefully get one of our big bads as a 2/2 that we can flip over using the Shrieker's ability. One of our big men for just 2 mana. That's GG's, right? Along the way, we have some removals as well as a bit of ramp with the Overlord of the Hauntwoods. Tear Asunder is a powerful tool, especially in this new standard, where there are bound to be plenty of opponents leaning on enchantments to carry out their master plan. Cathartic Parting is a sneaky card we feel will make a big impact as well, since we can use it to send away a problematic artifact or enchantment all for just 2 mana. We kick things off with 3 Sheoldred's Edict, an excellent removal for thinning the herd as well as picking off planeswalkers, and all for only 2 mana. We're playing the full set of Cathartic Parting, the 2 mana card that shuffles an artifact or enchantment back into its owner's deck. We can also use its second ability to shuffle up 4 cards from our grave back into our library. We'll gladly use the ability to restock our deck with removals. And as a bonus, this works great against any attempts to mill us. Tear Asunder is a forgotten weapon, but we're bringing it back. For only 2 mana, we can exile an artifact or enchantment, and we can kick it to be able to hit any non-land permanent. We're expecting a heavy presence of enchantments, thanks to the heavy enchantment theme in the new set, and this can give us the edge we need to take out their most prized possessions. Hauntwoods Shrieker is a powerful little 3-drop that will let us manifest dread when it attacks. And then for 2 mana, we can flip over our 2/2 if it's a creature. If we don't hit on any of our men, we at least get a 2/2 body that can attack or block. The Dark Knight is one of our big bads that we hope to be able to flip over for just 2. But at 5, it's still an excellent card to play out. He is a little bit of life gain along with some discard and a card that is hard to get rid of. We're playing 3 copies of Deadly Cover-Up, the Black Sweeper. If we don't have a good board early and the opponent has gotten off to a blazing start, this will clear out enemy men and give us the chance to find our weapons. If we've played out an Overlord or 2 with Impending, then this won't hit them while taking out enemy men. Sheoldred is a bit of additional removal, as well as a win con all on her own. Flipping her into the true scriptures will be game-winning, unless they have ways of dealing with enchantments. The green Overlord has Impending for just 1 and 2 green. We can play him out and get a land token, ramping us up to 4 or more mana. When it enters as a creature, he'll generate another land token every time it attacks, and that can let us build up our mana for the more expensive cards we have coming up. Vein Ripper is a powerhouse, and if we don't get to flip him over with the Shrieker's ability, we can eventually play him out for his full cost, thanks to the ramp from the Overlords. With the big men we've selected, any one of them can end up winning the game, but getting a combination of 2 or more will be very bad for the opponent. Fleshy is hungry, so he is here as well. We can play him out early for only 3 mana, but later on we can pay the full 7 to get the full-size Fleshy. If we manifest Dread and we get a Fleshy, we can get the full-size version for only 2 mana, thanks to our Shrieker. I told you he was hungry for opponent flesh. The Black Virtue is a powerful tool that can take over the game by taking the opponent's men and using their own men against them. In the early game, the Virtue is removal for any small men. The biggest bad is here too. Valgavoth is an immense 9/9 with the ability to exile cards that are headed to the opponent's grave. If we want to play them out, we can pay life to play the opponent's cards. After getting him down, we won't need much more since a flying 9/9 will be playing whack-a-mole with the opponent's head. We're playing 1 Funeral Room, Awakening Hall. The Funeral Room will dish out a little bit of damage if the opponent snipes our men, and once we have a loaded grave, we can pay to get all our men back from the grave and right into play. GG's opponent, thanks for coming to the big show. For lands, we have 4 Fabled Passage, the land we can sacrifice to fetch out any basic land. 3 Underground Mortuary, the Golgari Surveil Duel. 3 Restless Cottage, the Angry Outhouse in Golgari colors. 7 Forest, and 7 Swamp. Playing the deck is fairly simple in the early turns. It's all about keeping the board clear of enemy men early on, then landing an Overlord to ramp or a Shrieker to get Manifesting Dread. We'll continue to crush enemy men through the mid-game, and by the time the late game arrives, we should have one of our big boys in play to end the game. If they're getting out of hand, we have a board wipe to clear out their team. It hits particularly well right before we take the last impending counter off an Overlord. For upgrades, we're not really sure what to bring in. Against control, some discard can be brought in to help deal with opposing counterspells, but we don't really run into hard control all that often. That's the deck, boys. Let's go play some games.
Do you want to play a game?
This is Stub born Gay. No, wait, it's Guy. He was born Guy. We're kicking things off with a 3-lander that's got one of our top end, along with some goodies we can fire off turn 3 and 4. We're without a removal, so hopefully we can dig one up, as we like to say around here. Keep your pants on. Our Surveil land shows us a removal on top. It's an expensive one, but that's fine. We needs it. Oh wow, is this mono red we've drawn? Fleshy will definitely come in handy. We'll play out the Fabled Passage this turn. We'll use it right away to fetch out a Swamp. This will let us play out our Fleshy next time around, and we can block or attack back. You know, it wasn't going to be just one damage. They've always got something up their hind end. They actually sacrifice it? I mean, that's only helping us. Free removal. Thanks, bro. All right, Fleshy, get in there. Just hold them off for a bit and gain us some life while you're at it. They play out a challenger, but are they sending their men? They do indeed send it. It's not a package I want, so we'll decline to accept it when it arrives. We'll give a block. Fleshy will eat that Hasty 2/2. Next time, it won't be as hasty. They throw down some pump as expected, but we'll be making a trade, which is all right. They'll hit us for 7, but in reality it's only 4, thanks to Fleshy's sacrifice play. They've got 1 card left in hand, and all we've got to do this turn is fire off our removal. We'll wait and see if they have any more pump to throw on their guy before we snipe him. Once again, they send it special delivery. This time, we'll reject it at the door. Return to sender, please, but it gets lost on its way back. So only the 1 damage then? Yeah, only 1. That is a timely sweeper. We're about to jack their plans up. That's right, ladies, the door is this way. Don't be shy now. Get gone, girls. Their girls hit with the force of a child without their pump, so we'll take rage right out of the equation. Our Overlord should be able to brick wall all the remaining men they've got. They are notorious for not being able to do anything about a 5 toughness creature. That's all their little hearts can handle. Good night, sleep tight, don't let the sharks bite. This is Nightrate. Sometimes he makes you pay the day rate. We're kicking this one off with a 4-lander. We've got a removal and a sweeper, plus our wild card, the Cathartic Parting. Keep. You gotta love the bats, players. A new set drops, but they're still playing these things like they actually help. You gotta hit with duress first, then play a bat. Oh, I see. They think they've got a combo with Innkeeper's talent. We'll tear it to shreds before it can do anything. So, 1 damage then? Yeah, just 1. Let's go ahead and give them notice of an impending monstrosity that's going to come knocking at their door. They land a sentinel. It's a little bit beefier than their flying rat, but we've got a sweeper that's going to clean things up. Fire in the hole. There can be no survivors. A Preacher is their follow-up play, but without another bat to take away our removal, their guy is nothing but toast. No jam, just charred bread. Better yet, we can slam down a Shelly, and she'll take out their one guy, and next time around we can swing in for hits. They have removal for our removal, but that's all right. We have ways of getting our men back from the grave. Let's play out the Overlord we just drew. Get in there, bro. They fire off a 5-mana removal. I'm not sure how good that is anymore. They do get their men back, but that was their entire turn. We have almost as many Overlord lands as we have regular lands. Well, they play out of Vraska. They should have checked their move because that's not quite as good as they think. They're helping us out. Oopsie poopsie, bro. We've got 8 mana now, and we have the removal to fry their planeswalker. Get gone, girl. It would be great to land the Shrieker now, but we do have the 8 mana thanks to them turning our guy into a treasure. It's almost like they wanted to see us unlock the expensive room. Well, bro, it's getting unlocked, and we're getting the guy you turned into a treasure back right away, too. They're gonna need a sweeper. A bat is not a sweeper. It's a nice try, though. How about some real men, bro? Got any of those? It's another bat. Well then, good luck with those. We drew a removal, but honestly, the game is about over. Bats cannot hold the line. We'll hold on to what we've got in case they pull a miracle out of their hind end. They play out a Dread Knight. The undying kind, so let's make sure not to kill it. We're sending it to Belize. Let's fire off the Edict they kept taking with a bat. A lot of good it did them. It's taking out their last blocker. GG's, bro. This is Elpaco. No lips, no wait. It's Elpaco lips. It's gonna hit you in the lips, bro. We get a 3-lander. So far, no shuffler specials. And let's keep it that way. We've got a removal along with some of our key early men. There's really nothing to complain about with this hand. Keep your pants on. We've got to grab a swamp with our fabled passage. We're pretty much set on mana once we land the Overlord. A removal is nice. Looks like they're on Golgari as well. It's the go-to when you want the best of the best. Is that the mana doll? We've got something perfect for it. Get tore up. We even sent a doll to Belize. We can't play out a fleshy yet, but we will next turn after we play our Overlord. A brood spinner. It's a wee spider that can spit out tokens once they can pay 6 mana to do it. All these solid plays we can make, but which one would be the best? They surely have removal. If they do, I think we can afford to lose the fleshy, and hopefully that lets us keep the Shrieker around long enough to use its ability. There's the removal we knew they'd have. Fleshy takes one for the team. Always great when the opponent does what you expect them to. If all goes according to plan, our Shrieker will survive to a ripe old age. But their Spiderling has got to go. The one problem with Edict is it won't hit the men you want when they have a team in play. Let's get rid of their guy before they play more men out. They snipe our Overlord, but that leaves our Shrieker sitting pretty. Strap on the big boy pants, boys. We're sending in the Shrieker on our turn. We get a Sweeper and another Overlord. We've got to take the Overlord. We'll be able to flip it for just 2 mana, and we can do it at instant speed. Heisenberg. No, wait. It's Elpaco lips. I got something for your lips. All right. They get back a doll. They must really like that thing. That's all good. We'll go ahead and flip this pancake. Then we'll snipe their doll again. The spider they have in hand is the kind that destroys something when it enters play, but they have to sacrifice another creature to be able to do so. Looks like this time we'll get a plain vanilla 2/2. Which is fine, we've got a solid board presence and we are about to get in some good hits. A Swarm Weaver? Not bad, but they are running out of time. Next time up, we'll have 5 attackers to their 3 blockers. Another Overlord, the Shuffler, has been kind to us this game. We have enough that we can play it out and have mana left over to flip over anything that we get. Let's get in there. That's a Sheoldred, boys. For just 2 mana. They do have to block the Overlord. The rest are optional. Sure, we're going to lose some men, but they've left themselves without much wiggle room. To be able to block us up next time, they need to land 4 men this turn. Also note, we have enough to be able to land Lord Valgavoth. They make the spider play and sacrifice the Weaver. That's GG's. Let's show them what we had before we swing in. This is Caspar, the friendly ghost. No wait, it's V. Caspar. He's a bit crazy looking. We get another 3-lander courtesy of the kindness of the Shuffler. It's Duskmourn day, so the Shuffler is probably ripped. We're missing removals, but this could work out. Keep. Our fabled passage has to fetch up a forest. There is no other option. The opponent has no plays through their first couple of turns. What are they up to over there? Is that what was up? They were missing a color. Their pants weren't on all the way. We'll go for another Overlord and keep an eye out for a counter. It goes through like sand through fingers. For once, it's us that have the huge mana advantage. We've got 6 and they're only at 3. A turn 2 play on turn 4. Was that the plan all along? Seems like a horrible plan. Let's try for the Shrieker. They haven't countered anything so far, so we might be able to get it down. We could try to snipe their little fella over there, but if they have a no more lies, we'd have wasted a good card for nothing. Let's hold off and keep what we got. They've got an entirely new plan, apparently. Load up their small fella and ride him to victory? Seems rather delicate. And we do have a removal in hand. The Edict is a much cleaner removal. Fire in the hole. One of our overlords arrives and we'll be prepared to bring the beatings on our next turn. Do what now? They play out another delicate creature. I've never seen such solid game plan before, bro. Well done. I might have to concede. Alright, we'll risk them having a counter, but this has to be done. Plus, if it connects, we'll have our Shrieker be able to get in for damages. This time they do have something. Luckily for us, we have yet another removal already in hand that gets around hexproof. That's something you shouldn't do, boys. You're piling everything into one basket. What if you have to sacrifice your basket? We still have one guy left, bro. You got anything for the Shrieker? They do, it's like a present for everybody. You get one, you get one, you get one. Anyone else? Well done, bro, but we're about to undo everything you did. Prepare your shorts. For a staining, all that hard work gone straight down the shooter. Oh goodness, they must have known we had a Tear Asunder. GG's, bro. And that, my friends, is another satisfied customer.